Alrighty, today we're going to be talking about center shot and how I set center shot on a bow. I've been getting quite a bit of questions regarding this topic as of lately, so I figured I do have a video on this from a couple years ago, probably about a year and a half ago, but I figured I'd bring it back up and recover it and talk to you guys about it. So center shot, a lot of people are familiar with 13/16, 7/8, whatever the number is that your manufacturer has in the guide. Hoyt, I believe it says 5/8 to 7/8 is their range, but a lot of people just tend to default to 13/16. 13/16 is a good starting point, but for me, and how I have found to find the most forgiving location for majority of bows, the only ones that I find it to be a little bit different is like the prime quad track, like the black, the Synergy, those kind of bows of the sorts, and some of the older bows that just don't have shims to where you can move the cam. Most bows do have shims, but some of the older ones don't. So what I like to do is set my pre-lean on my cams, which I talk about in my full setup and tune video that I posted recently. But basically what pre-lean in the cam is just making sure that both of these cams are aligned in a way that when I get back to full draw that they will be perfectly straight. Once that pre-lean is set, I just take, you can do one of two methods. I'll kind of post a picture for reference, but you can take this string, close one eye, line it up with the center of the grip, and make sure that the tip of this arrow is within line of that string. The other method you could do is take your bottom cam, set it on your foot, close one eye, and line your limb bolt up with your bottom limb bolt and make sure that that arrow is going through the center of those two limb bolts. This one, which I just restrung, I haven't done anything else to it, is actually coming out to the left probably about 1/8 of an inch. Not a whole lot, but it is coming out to the left. Now, a lot of people, they will set their rest to 13/16 and then they'll never ever touch it again, which is fine if you want to do it that way. But if you set your pre-lean and you set your rest up running down the middle of the bow, and you shoot through paper and you get a good bullet hole, and then you go out and you shoot broadheads after you knock tune and you do whatever other tuning method is part of your process, and you're still not getting broadheads to hit with your field tips, it is okay to bump that rest up to about 5 to 6 clicks one way or another. And I can promise you, if it's a high quality rest, at least like a Hampski, a Prophecy, a QAD, HHA, limb driver, that even bumping it 5 to 6 clicks, you can go back, put your cam on your foot, put that rest in the up position, and that arrow is still going to be relatively right down the middle. If not perfectly still right down the middle. It takes quite a bit of movement to get it to come out of that center once you're in center. It's not uncommon for people to have to go slightly outside of center if you torque the grip a little bit, which is okay. As long as you're consistent with it, then that's great, run it. But don't be afraid if you do have to bump that rest a hair one way or another. That's okay, that's normal. There is a range that you can still be down the middle of the bow and have moved that rest from your initial paper tune. And it'll honestly what you're probably seeing is if you only paper tune out to 7 yards and your broadheads are hitting left about 2 inches at 60 yards, you're probably just seeing a slight knock right tear that would have been present at 12 or 15 yards with a bare shaft, and you're just eliminating that with your rest now. Versus when I tune, I use a bare shaft. I go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 yards and shoot through paper and make slight adjustments. I only shim the cams out to about 6 to 7 yards And then after that, it's all micro adjusting on the rest to get it down the center. So I don't run into too many problems with that at longer distance. The most I typically end up having to move a rest is like maybe 1 or 2 clicks to get everything to play nice at long distance. But with that being said, that is the end of today's video. I hope I helped you guys out. If you guys like content like this, it would really mean a lot to me if you hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. It helps me reach more archers and help more people. Whether I tune your bow and you send it in to me, or I help you over the phone, or this content just helps you tune your own bow. That's the goal here. Creating better bow hunters has been my mission statement since day one. I hope to see you guys on the next video. Shoot straight.